Welcome, everyone, to the most listened to podcast in the world. Welcome to the Four Corners Show. I am your hostess with the mostest, aka Mr. Swiss Roll, the main event, the showstopper, Melo. And as always, I am joined by my co-host. He is right now sporting the latest in four quarters apparel. It is none other than Alain.
How's it going, Melo? How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm loving my four quarters gear, soon to be hitting stores. Got my Melo gear on here.
Got that four quarters merch.
Yep, it's coming. And we got a couple other things, don't we? I think I see them in the background there. What is that? Want to pop that up?
See, we got little koozies coming for our beer drinkers.
What?
They're just drinkers, period.
Four quarters koozies.
There you go.
When you want to debate like a champion, get your four quarters going. So, how are you doing, man? I know you had actually, a big week last week. You turned the whopping 31.
You can't be telling people my age, Melo. That's not how that works. Yes, I turned 31 years old. I can't believe the time is moving by fast.
What did you do for this special occasion?
I went to the happiest place on earth. I went to go debate. I'm just kidding. I went to Disney World, and I want to thank Daphne because she planned it and did, as our followers know all about her and how amazing she is and how she planned this wonderful trip for me, and it was amazing. I'm truly blessed. Thank you. I'm so grateful.
That's good. I'm glad you had a good time. But now it's time. The fairy tale's over, and there's something that happened before. Oh, that's right. Who's the halftime champion? Who? Is there an owl in the room? Who's the halftime champion? Oh, that's right. It's none other than your boy, Melo. Oh, look at that. So this is 3 times up. 3-time halftime champion. Oh, man.
For all our new listeners here, we do have a halftime competition where we wager on games. And this weekend, I did not do so well. Oh, last weekend. Last weekend, since there wasn't a show last weekend, I apologize.
But there's also something else, though, right?
I knew you were being quiet. I knew every time I would ask you about this, you would stay so quiet.
We also did a turkey bowl, right? A turkey championship, Thanksgiving championship, and who won that? I don't remember.
We haven't thought of a name yet.
But who won? Who won the Thanksgiving one?
Oh, you won.
Meaning, wow.
And he decided on that belt by himself.
My goodness.
Our first ever Turkey Thanksgiving champion, name to be decided. You guys let us know what names you guys like.
I'm going to hold it up this way because, it just makes sense. Melo Championship, the M there, it just makes so much sense.
Oh, I can never see it the same anymore. Even though that AEW does have an A on it, so. I mean, if you want to talk about that. Well, congratulations on having 2 titles.
I'm the first double champ.
The first double champ of the show.
I just say so. Records.
Congratulations to you. Let's go. Can we get this topic going? Oh, here we go. All right, here we go.
Oh, God, it's just so good to be a double champ.
All right.
So, with this, it is December. The holidays are coming. And we created a little tune for everyone to start off the show.
Should I explain the premise of the show? Or do you want to do the song and then I do the premise?
Go ahead, explain.
All right, so right before we get into the little surprise we have for you, I will explain the 4 Quarters Show. 4 Quarters is a debate show where Melo and I talk sports, debate any topic that's relevant to the week. We have 4 quarters, and each quarter we just debate, whichever score we want to do. Each quarter consists of 10 to 15 minutes. We also have a halftime and an overtime. During halftime, that's where we bet on games, wager, and the winner gets the halftime belt. And the loser needs to bring things of the winner's choice, which this week was 19 crimes. And he wanted, what do you want?
Some salami.
Some salami, which I cut up. There you go. The salami.
Can't wait.
And then we have an overtime where we discuss everything but sports. So it could be movies, TV shows, whatever we want to discuss.
So before we get started with our special tune, wanting to go out to the chat, the fans out here, we got Timmy Tabala from the Just Too Sweet show.
Thank you guys, Timmy, appreciate it.
Timmy. We have obviously, your lovely, lovely significant other giving you a little heart there. And then Kenny, yeah, the belt. I know, it's just, what can I say? Kenny, you're going to be the first one to get some of this merch. You're going to get your own orders, Kenny.
We got jacuzzi here for you, waiting for you right here.
And then, of course, I feel like I'm being traded up over here.
That's my man right there.
I don't know where the bromance is here.
I already have ideas for the podcast. Your show today was amazing, truly phenomenal, but I never watching. And I cannot wait to call you and send you a message on what ideas I have for what I want to talk about with you. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a special episode.
All right. So with that, I will actually give me a moment. I want to make sure.
Well, guys, we have a special surprise for you since there is a 12 days till the NBA starts. It's already going to start off. In 12 days, basketball starts again. We're going to see King James. We're going to see Giannis, the MVP, and it's going to get popping. We don't know where Harden's going to play, but we're all excited for that. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. So here's our surprise to you. This was written by Melo and I. And 1, 2, 3. On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me
12 drummers drumming,
11 Curry shooting,
10 Leonard sleeping,
9 Jokers dancing,
8 Katie's tweeting,
7 Kyrie sitting,
6 PJ freaking,
5 King James rings,
4 logo leathers,
3 Harden steps,
2 big face coffees,
and a Giannis third MVP.
Hey.
Merry Christmas to all of you guys. And those are our 12 days of Christmas and the 12-day countdown to the NBA season that we're excited to watch.
12 days exactly.
Man, I'm so glad we got that right because we tried about 20 times and we kept messing it up. So that was the only good take we did.
It honestly was.
Thank God that was live. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get the buzzer on. I'm excited. We had a week off. Man, who knew taking a week off would get me hyped? So let's go.
All you needed was to be drinking around the world. That's it.
Let me do the 12 minutes on the clock, and let's get going.
Quarter number 1. There's a gentleman, which I know you're a big fan of, that got an extension today. What was it? 225 mil at the most over 5 years, and that is none other than playoff Pete himself, Paul George.
Pandemic Pete is how we're going to refer to him because this game was like a pandemic. Terrible. Nobody wanted to be a part of it. Nobody wanted to watch it. He was a no-show. He's Pandemic Pete. He didn't show up to work. We didn't show up to work because of the pandemic. I understand why he got the extension, though. You trade half of your assets for him. You pretty much, the whole couple of next 5 to 6 years are gone. You have to sign the extension because you have to sign him. Because if you don't sign him and you lose him and he walks next season, then you trade everything for now. So you're stuck with Pandemic P that hopefully someone takes that contract, which is what they're probably hoping. So I understand the signing by the Clippers, but it's just gonna think of a dumb to even trade for him.
So I would love to agree with you, but then we both did wrong. This was a good signing for them. Like you said, I will say that they have to go all in on playoff P. And the bubble was, everyone's saying, oh, he didn't show up, all this stuff, but it was the bubble. No, none of that team wanted to be there. Your boy Harold obviously didn't want to be there. That's why he's on the Lakers now. And what's going to happen is now you got that rebuild, not a rebuild, but you got that chemistry now after 1 year. Kawhi's going to show up. PG's going to show up. And they're going to wreck the league. And your Lakers that right now have to get everyone in the world to try to compete are going to fall short. So I think it was a good signing. And then once they win the NBA championship this next season, all that, was it worth the money? Was it worth the money? Yes, it was worth the money because they are going to win a championship.
So, because of their new great signing, Serge Ibaka, they're going to win a championship. That's where we're going to go with.
Yes.
So they still don't have a point guard. They traded away their sixth man. I'm sorry, they let go of their sixth man of the year, and they're somehow going to be better this coming season. I don't understand your logic, honestly. I really don't understand that. They're not gonna do well. They might just lose the first round this time. I can't
lose in the first round.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised.
There's going to be a thing that their home court advantage is going to exist, and players that that don't show up at away games are going to fall short, and that's exactly what's going to happen now. We don't have a bubble.
Here's what's embarrassing: when you have these starts to the teams that are created the first year, usually you don't win a championship. You're going through the ups and downs of this team. You are slashing this team that's having issues. You're changing the whole chemistry of the team. And you got rid of an important piece of that, and now you're trying to get rid of Lou Will. There's rumors you're trying to get rid of Pat Beverly. You still don't have a point guard, but somehow your logic is
Paul George can be the point guard.
Nobody is going to beat the Lakers. We're not going to talk about the Lakers right now because that's for the next quarter. But the Clippers are not going to win a championship this year. I can guarantee that.
All right, we'll see. We'll see when Paul George and the Claw prove you wrong.
Our song even said it. How many PGs we're breaking?
That line was obviously not very
You really think that PG is enough to win? That PG that's all he needs?
PG?
All Leonard needs?
Yes. PG can do it. If PG can stay focused and do it and have his head in the game, because that's what messes him up, is when he doesn't have his head in the game, he's going to be off, and he proved it. When he's in the game, and I think he will be, they're going to be set.
There you go. There's a little line opener. He's going to pop open the line, I see. Where the will be after that, too, because I'm going to show you that later. But yeah, I mean, I understand the PG signing extension. You have to do it at the Clippers. I just don't think that's going to be enough. You have to do more moves. So we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Kawhi Leonard doesn't stay. He might join the Lakers. He might join the other side of LA. Join the real king, where he should have gone from the get. Where PG should have gone from the get. Moving on to the next subject. Your boy, James Harden, the beard, three hardest shots. There are rumors, there's rumors of places that he might go, but it's confirmed he does not want to be a part of the team. He's not happy. He went to a rapper's party. I can't even forget the rapper's name.
The Baby?
The Baby. Oh, I love The Baby. He was number 5 on my list for Spotify for most listened to artists. I was actually surprised, but then I'm like, wait, I'm not surprised. I listen to The Baby a lot. So he was there, no mask, said, screw this, I'm going to do what I want to do, and he's not in training camp right now. How do you feel of him not wanting to be a part of playing with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins? Do you think he should stay? Or do you think he should? You need help with that? Because I want him to do this for me. And he always makes fun. You know what's funny? He's always like, "Oh, having trouble there?" Go ahead.
Go ahead. It wasn't working too well.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't blame him. I wouldn't want to play with John Wall either. You don't know the John Wall you're going to get. Yes, if you get the John Wall from years ago, from back in college, and you team him up with Boogie, sure, that's going to be great. But you don't know. You don't know what you're going to get, and at this point, that organization seems like it's in shambles. Ooh, I heard that. And look what they did last season. Last season, they were okay, and in the middle of it, they decided to trade away their center, and it just didn't make any sense. And then how does Harden know that that's not going to happen again? I feel like at this point, he knows he can't win in Houston, so he needs to go to a contender. Where I saw, you get a little interest was, we heard the 76ers, now today we heard Milwaukee and Miami. And I see Carlos here saying keep Harden away from Miami. I'm saying no, bring him here. I would love James Harden here. He might not. What he did with CP3 is different. I feel like him and Buckets, Jimmy Buckets.
He's not a part of the culture, Melo. He's not a part of the Heat culture. He loves to go clubbing. He loves to party it up. This is the wrong place for him. He's not part of the Heat culture. He's not. He doesn't like that. He doesn't like heat culture. It's why he loves D'Antoni. Because D'Antoni doesn't also. D'Antoni doesn't care about defense. Doesn't care about anything. So that's what he loves.
And Harden obviously was not happy with that.
We're all about team ball here.
Harden wasn't happy with that. If Harden turned down $100 million, that tells you a lot. That he's not happy in the situation he is in.
Because D'Antoni is gone. This new coach is gonna make him work.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Harden, he's gonna be able to push shit on this coach.
He wanted Tyronn Lue, another coach who's gonna make people work. Yeah, that's what they wanted. Westbrook and Harden wanted Tyronn Lue.
Trust me, he's gonna fit in here because he wants to win. And what he knows,
he holds the ball.
Put in the hard work, and he can do that here.
He holds the ball. He needs the ball in his hand. And Jimmy Buckets came to this team not with that mentality. Be a team player, team first. Ooh, I know what that is.
I know exactly.
He's at that point in his career where he is going to want to do what he has to do to win. He wants the ring. He obviously doesn't want the money because if not, he would have signed that $100 million contract. And he didn't. So that's why I'm saying him here would be great. If he does end up in Milwaukee, our hopes as a Heat fan of getting Giannis are done because he's going to stay there with Giannis.
It says my mic's not on. You're gonna have to keep talking.
Okay. I will keep talking, and I'm just gonna continue on. Harden will fit good with the Heat, guys. All this, like Kenny's saying here, he's not Heat culture. He can become Heat culture. It's without a doubt that he can. Carlos is saying it's his 10th season. Okay, but that's exactly why he's realized what he was doing before isn't gonna work, and it's gonna work now. Is what I'm saying. I think it will.
It's not, my mic's not reading anything.
Is it connected?
Yeah, of course it's connected. It's on.
Okay. Wait, that's because your thing is muted here. You're muted on the on the site.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, I can hear you now. Am I?
Oh, there we go. Problem solved. Sorry. I can't hear this guy talk for like 3 minutes. That's awful that just happened. Oh my goodness.
You heard me spew facts there. Harden could do it. Anyone that's doubting him, he can do it. Obviously, what he had D'Antoni. D'Antoni doesn't play defense, so he's not going to work around that. If his coach isn't asking him to play defense, he's not going to play defense. Here in this organization, they're going to ask him to play defense, do things that he's normally not going to do, and he can do them.
Okay, look, this is nonsense. He cannot come to the Heat because I don't want to trade anybody for Harden. I'm not going to trade Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero's the man. I got text messages from people everywhere saying we cannot let go of Tyler Hero for this guy. Tyler Hero is Heat culture. He's growing. He could be a better Harden one of these days. I give him. I think. Okay, no, that's kind of crazy. I'm not even gonna say it. Harden's a once in a generation player, but I just don't think he fits this culture. I feel Harden is best suited for another team, and I think he needs a big man. I think that's what Harden needs. He needs a dominating big man. If he were to play with Embiid, I feel that'll be better. Wow, about time. All right, here we go. Cheers. Cheers. Let's try the wine. 4 quarters right there. That's good.
See, even the boss knows Harden is who he is, but you're crazy to not want him. I would give up. I'm sorry, you don't know what you're going to get with Tyler Hero.
He doesn't fit the culture here.
He can fit it, man. You don't know. He can fit the culture.
His best team is the Nets. That's the best chance.
That's the best fit, you think?
That's the best chance that that any team has. I don't think it'll work, but I feel it's the only chance the league has to take down the Big Daddy Lakers from the West.
The Nets don't need Harden to take down that team. Just saying there.
Yeah, you do.
But Milwaukee might need Harden to take down the Nets.
You know what? Milwaukee needs to trade everybody. and give their future picks so it could be Harden and Giannis. That's what they need to do.
Let's see. Carlos said, even if Harden goes to the Bucks, Giannis is leaving. He won't be able to play with a guy who dominates the ball like he does.
All right, should we put a couple extra minutes on the clock since we had technical difficulties?
Yes, we did. We apologize about that, by the way, guys. Thank you for those who let us know.
That was my fault. So let's just do two more minutes to discuss the next thing. Westbrook wall trade. We're just talking about Harden and the Rockets. What do you think about Westbrook in the Wizards? You feel that's going to diminish Bradley Beal? Is Bradley Beal going to want to leave now?
Yeah. I don't think they're going to work unless Westbrook is going to. The type of player that Westbrook is, he demands the ball. He needs the ball in his hands. Unless Bradley Beal is going to transition to just being a shooter and just taking jump shots and getting assists, I don't see him fitting well with Westbrook.
Man, it's tough. I don't see many people fitting well with Westbrook. Honestly, it's kind of tough unless you know what Westbrook needs. He needs a team like Jimmy Butler has with the Heat. But it's just I feel Westbrook won't be as giving and as understanding as Jimmy Buckets is. So I definitely agree with you in some aspects of your argument right now, but I think the Rockets came out winning here. If John Wall has some sort of semblance of what he used to be, and Cousins comes out and has some playing time, and they play together and they mesh, Harden might be missing out on something special if these two players play well.
I don't think so. The injuries that both these guys suffered are too severe for them to come back like they're not, and neither one of them are a KD type of player where they can be like, okay, I'm sure you can come back from that.
Yeah, I agree. But I don't know. That's why I said if they have some sort of game like they used to before, but they haven't played in years, so I can understand why Harden wants to leave. Next thing, we have Dennis Schroeder wants to start for the Lakers. Do you think he should be starting with the Lakers or?
Well, first off, this is what this man said. Schroeder came out and said that he was going to be the primary ball handler, the starting point guard, and just pass it to LeBron James to shoot. Does Schroeder know what team he went to? LeBron James, as maybe relaxed as he wants to be this upcoming season, because I'm sure he's going to load manage a lot, since all he did was whine about how soon the season was going to start.
Understandably,
there is no way you're going to take the ball away from LeBron James. Kyrie barely did it. There's no way you're going to tell me Dennis Schroeder is going to take the ball away from LeBron James to be the point guard.
These lies that people spew of what went on in the Cavaliers. That last year in the Cavaliers, Kyrie Irving held the ball longer, took more shots than LeBron James. These are these lies that everyone keeps saying. Kyrie Irving dominating the ball. LeBron wanted Kyrie to be MVP, but that's neither here nor there. That's for the next quarter. Well, we have a whole quarter for a certain topic. Dennis Schroeder, I feel should start. I think he should start. He should be given a chance. Look at me saying we. I'm a Heat player. He should be given a chance by the Lakers. He earned it last year. And you have Montrezl Harrell come out of the bench, and he's the sixth man.
There's a reason the Clippers didn't want him and didn't even bother trying to re-sign him.
Because they want to change the culture in the new team. That's the end of the first quarter. But last point is they want to change the new culture to make sure that PG and Leonard stay in the team. That's the only reason why.
Guys, you got to make your stars happy. If LeBron James is not happy with Kyle Kuzma or Anthony Caruso, guess what? Those guys are out.
I saw a statistic that Caruso and LeBron had one of the best
plus minus
as a duo. I thought that was pretty impressive. This is actually really good.
So I didn't try this salami, but is this true? Kyrie thinks the Earth is flat. Is that
true? You didn't know?
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. We said it a couple years ago.
Oh gosh, Kyrie, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try the salami.
Who's the better point guard on that roster? LeBron James. All right. Let's start the next quarter. I'm going to put 12.
Who's a better point guard than Schroeder on that team?
LeBron James.
That's why.
LeBron James.
LeBron James is going to be point guard. There's no way you're going to tell me Schroeder is going to take over that.
All right. 12 minutes on the clock. Quarter number 2. LeBron signs an extension for 2 more years in the Los Angeles Lakers. And coincidentally, the contract ends when Bronny James, who just got his growth spurt, who's going to be one of the top high school players in the league this coming year, Little Prince James, that's what I'm going to call him, Little Prince James. He's going to come out. Do you think there's a possibility that he's going to play with Bronny in a team? Do you think that's what he's doing? Is he going to last this season and then 2 more seasons?
Well, he has the benefit of this being a short season, so I think he can last. I don't know. I'm thinking he wants to do something no one has ever done. Jordan did get to play with his kids. No one's only very few, and it's like baseball wise, where you have like Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. So I think LeBron James, he's all about legacy. He's gonna want to do that and want to play with his son, and I don't see why not.
He's gonna make it happen. He's gonna sign with whatever team it takes. I believe that. He's gonna want to play with his son, and it might even be in the Udonis role, where LeBron's just that 15th seed in the roster, where he doesn't play a minute, but maybe he'll go in a couple minutes to play with little Bronny on the court together. So I think that'll be pretty cool. But let's move on to LeBron's comments recently, where he went on a podcast with Richard Jefferson. And I hate that I'm forgetting his name. But he was on a podcast, and he has several comments regarding Kyrie, the Clippers, and he had this very interesting statement where he said that he played the 2 toughest finals of all time in the NBA. Which one do you want to talk about first? Kyrie, Clippers, or the 2 toughest finals?
Well,
pick one.
Let me start off with, he must be bored out of his mind, because he's going back for comments from like 4 months ago.
Thank you, Jonathan. It was Channing Frye.
And then making ridiculous statements. Let's start off with Kyrie, because I know you like to get worked up about Kyrie.
I didn't wear our Christmas hats for the song.
We didn't. Darn it. We have these Christmas hats too for the song.
We got to do the song at the end one more time.
We do? With the hats?
Damn it. So go ahead. I'm sorry, I get distracted when you spew LeBron nonsense.
No, go ahead. Tell me what you think about his Kyrie comments, saying that he was hurt by it.
I 100% agree with his comments. I understood why he said the comments, because he truly wanted the best for Kyrie. And it's the same thing as if you're with your boy and you're getting along in the team and you're looking out for him, and all of a sudden he goes to another team and he's just bad talking you. He doesn't say your name, but he's only referring to the one person. He's referring to you. So for him to come out and be like, "Oh, people are making a big deal. I wasn't talking about LeBron." Well, who else were you talking about? Jason Tatum? Who else were you talking about? You were talking about LeBron James, the best player in the NBA.
He could have been talking about Kevin Love.
Ranked the best player in the NBA, the current NBA champion, the current NBA MVP of the championship. Like, that's what we were talking about. So I agree, because while Kyrie was saying these disgusting comments about LeBron, untrue comments about LeBron, these untrue statements saying that he's finally playing with a player who could take big shots like
No.
KD.
That is not what he said. He said that he finally feels like when he looks at the other player on the other, that he can give him the ball and he's gonna go ahead and make the shot. He's not gonna be afraid.
LeBron made more bigger shots, made more shots than Kyrie at the end of the games. That's why this is nonsense. LeBron won you a championship. This is nonsense, and that's why I understand LeBron for saying now you have someone.
It's not nonsense.
Yes, it is, and you know
it's not nonsense.
The second one,
LeBron James wasn't going to make those shots. He was afraid. That's why. The reason LeBron James has a finals in Cleveland was because Kyrie decided to take that shot. And again, what happens against Denver in Game 3? They could have easily got down 2-1 if it was not for Anthony Davis stepping up and taking the shot at the end. LeBron James wants nothing
other players
to do with those shots.
Sometimes
LeBron James doesn't want to do anything with those shots.
Makes big shots. Sometimes Klay Thompson makes big shots. Sometimes Robert Horry makes big shots. You need your teammates to make big shots. shots at times, but only when it's LeBron James is it bad when another star player makes a big shot. But last time I checked, when LeBron played with Kyrie, LeBron made big shots.
LeBron James runs away from those moments.
No, he
does not like taking free throws. His free throw percentage.
I will admit he sucks. You see, I understand LeBron is awful at the free throw line, but he's made big shots. He
has made them. But he doesn't like to take them, is what I'm saying.
But he
doesn't like it.
But he makes them.
No, he's made some.
And you know, it's easy for KD to take these big shots when Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are on the other side of the corners. So, of course, it's open for him. But whatever. Moving on to the next one. Clippers. His comments on the Clippers. I agree with those comments, too. Nothing LeBron has said thus far has been a lie. I understand what he said about the Clippers.
It was unnecessary.
It was a surprise for all of us, though.
It was unnecessary.
Big shot, Bob. Thank you. It was a surprise. It's a shock. So LeBron's not allowed to be shocked because of all the shit that Patrick Beverley was talking about during the season. That all the shit that PG was giggling, pointing at Lillard. You know, the Clippers thought they were big bosses, and all of a sudden they lose to the Nuggets. Bro, if Luka would have swept the Nuggets.
Luka would have
swept the Nuggets. Luka almost beat the Clippers. But a couple players got hurt.
Because the Clippers' head was not... None of those guys wanted to be there. And obviously, you can see it. That three of the main guys you're going for have a problem with your star player. Get out of here. That is the biggest... ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That these guys are upset that this man lives in San Diego but plays in LA. Who the hell cares where he lives? He shows up and he puts out your points, your rebound. He's doing everything out there. So stop complaining about it.
Once again, you're not saying the whole truth. They weren't complaining about him living in San Diego.
Yes, they were. They complained about him.
They complained because they would favorite him. He would come to practice late, and they'll let him come in and out.
Who cares?
That he could sit out whatever games he wants.
I'm sorry. If LeBron James was not showing up to practice, but he was going out to the games and scoring 30, if he was posting up a triple-double every night, you really think that anyone's going to care? No, he's going out and he's doing his job. That's exactly what Kawhi was doing. Yeah, if he showed up late, guess what? He still showed up and he still performed when he went out to go to these games.
LeBron James can do what he does.
LeBron James's comments were just unnecessary.
LeBron James can do what he does because the culture in the Lakers is built around him and they understand his greatness and what he needs. Because at the end of the day, he brought them a championship.
You're right. The Clippers have a bunch of guys who think they're better.
Came into an already established team, a playoff team, and decided to do what he wanted with it, and the players didn't approve of it. See my boy Jonathan right there. He's talking to himself. That's cheese. And I understand why we're not even, because we were wondering who the Jonathan was over here. But that's my boy Cheese. So shout out to Cheese.
I know Cheese.
He loves LeBron. But Kawhi didn't average triple.
He didn't, but
Kawhi doesn't do anything.
I put that out there. Kawhi was still their leading scorer. He was still making clutch plays. He still showed up. Up until Game 7, Kawhi did everything he had to do to win those games. Paul George was the one that didn't show up. Paul George was the one that in the playoffs won the playoffs against Denver when they were up 3-1, decided to take the next 3 games off. I'm not blaming at all Kawhi.
Kawhi had average season, and there were games we didn't show up in the fourth quarter.
Average season.
But since his name is Kawhi Leonard and not LeBron James, players are held to a lower standard. And that's what happens. But moving on to the next one. Standard. Do you believe LeBron's comment on those are the 2 toughest finals in NBA history?
No. Absolutely not. The Cleveland one, yes, I will say that was a tough finals. The one now against Miami, he's a damn fool, and he's so full of himself to think that was one of the toughest finals. He had the easiest road that I've ever seen to a finals. And then you get to the finals, and then the team you're playing loses its leading rebounder, scorer, and assist player. You're gonna tell me that was so tough? No, it was not.
Well, that's funny you say that because last time we were working out, because we're still on a workout mission, you said that one of the toughest was Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors, right? But weren't they missing they were missing their MVP and
they were just missing one person.
Kevin Durant, an MVP.
Clay played in most. Clay didn't play the last game where they got eliminated.
He played the last. No. He did not play the elimination game. He played.
I'm saying he didn't play that game.
If they would have won that game, Calais was on. He was like on pace to like hit 50 points to win that game. If he doesn't get hurt, they win that game. There's a better chance. He gets hurt also.
That's all speculation.
So you're gonna say that you said no. Don't backtrack on your words. Last time you said that Kawhi Leonard had a harder road. That finals was hard. A tough finals.
I think it was.
You are insane, dude.
That was tougher than the Heat one. And then Kawhi played. Not only that, but Kawhi played the big three.
Here's the thing,
right? He played.
Kawhi did not play the big three.
Yes, he did.
KD was hurt.
I'm not talking about that big three. I'm talking about Miami's big three.
Oh, the first time?
Yes, he played them and they won.
But he had Tim Duncan and
it doesn't
he had
matter.
Ginobili.
You don't tell me
that
was they literally lost to them the previous year.
Player there. All they told him was
not irrelevant.
LeBron.
He was not irrelevant.
All they did was cover LeBron.
MVP. It wasn't Tim Duncan. It wasn't Manu. It wasn't Tony Parker.
Do you realize LeBron is so dominating that if you stop LeBron in the finals, you get MVP? Iguodala got an MVP for stopping LeBron.
You're right. You stopped the best player in the world.
Is Iguodala the best player in the world? Kawhi Leonard, all of us.
Obviously not.
That's how great LeBron James is. That if you stop him, you get an MVP award in the finals. Look, I'm not gonna say that what he said is true. I wish he would have been. If he would have put arguably the two toughest finals, because I think that is true. I think it might be top 5.
What was so tough about this year? Please explain to me. What series he played that was so tough?
Let me put it. Hold on. It was during a pandemic. It was tough. Players didn't want to be there. Everybody missed their family. You got to see it from the bigger picture.
He wasn't the only one going through any of this.
Lost though because they didn't want to be there and they were upset. They were bothered. It was frustrating for all the players and all the athletes.
So then, this was the toughest. Playoff for the MLB. The toughest. NFL, the toughest. No, man. Everyone's going in a pandemic.
If KD is healthy, they sweep the Raptors. Sweep.
You're absolutely right. I'm not disagreeing with that.
So how was it tough? It wasn't a tough.
Thank you. It was a pandemic for everyone. It wasn't just for LeBron James and all. Don't tell me it was not a tough road to the finals.
I'm glad you said that. It was a pandemic for everyone. So for all the people who bring up that the Clippers lost because the pandemic is ridiculous. So the same way that you spiel all this nonsense.
I would ask you, what was tough about this year for him? They played. I'll give it to you. They played Damian Lillard, who got hurt. Game 3? Portland overachieved. That was not a tough road. Who they play next? They played the Houston Rockets, who had no center, right?
They had Westbrook and Harden. Two
Doesn't
MVPs.
matter. Who was going to stop?
Two MVPs.
Which one of those two was going to stop Anthony Davis?
You see, LeBron is so great
one of the two
that he makes these teams seem bad.
One of those two was going to stop Anthony Davis?
Nobody is stopping Anthony Davis for the next 3 years because LeBron James is going to have 7 championships, and that's the end of the second quarter.
Wait. And then they played the Denver Nuggets, who was probably their toughest test.
Quarter, we could talk about it after. That's the end of the second quarter. Yeah. LeBron James is the GOAT. All right, moving on to halftime, everybody. Everybody's favorite time.
Oh, wait, that's right.
The new halftime champion.
The 3-time halftime champion. And, what's going on here?
Man, I really like this.
With my turkey belt, too. See, then that's different. Carl's saying maybe it was the toughest for him mentally, which is fine. I would say for everyone, it was tough mentally. But even then, these guys were very catered to in that bubble. So when they started complaining, I was not a big fan of it. But halftime, your boy here, halftime champion, is going to have some of this lovely 19 Crimes wine here. Which, do you want to tell our audience about this, just in case they want to, go ahead and try that out? And what cool application comes with that?
You download the 19 Crimes app. And then you turn, you have the app on. It's kind of like a camera. And you point it at the person right here. And then this mother effer starts talking. And you got to prove his case. And and he'll tell you his history and everything. And it's an interactive wine bottle that you can use. And it's pretty cool. So download the app. The wine is not expensive at all. It's probably like $10 to $12. And it's cool to do it with your friends and drink. So
yeah, fun little date night.
All right, so I am going to say I want the same things. Fit wine with some cheese.
All right, so that's when you don't win.
White.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be my choice, Melo choice. But that's not going to happen because we all know who. Cheese brought his talents to Facebook now. He found us. I hope, Cheese, you liked and subscribed, by the way, on YouTube since you were already there. But if you haven't, go back and do it for everyone watching as well. So me, I had to really think about this because, you know what I want? When I win this week, I want, and I don't know how you're going to find this, but you better. I want some coquito.
Coquito? I can find coquito. I know people.
Keep it with the
I need you to
holiday.
get me some coquito. We're going to figure it out. Get the people going. Get the boys. See if we can find some coquito. All right. So, like everybody knows, we bet games. And this week we have the 9 football games that we're going to do. There were so many games not to give up. Ooh, we got some debating on the thing. We got Carlos wanting Mika, and then we got Cheese saying Mika sucks. Ooh. All right, I see you guys. So here we go. For halftime, we have
Some strong words.
We have Melo chose Houston over Chicago. I have Carolina over Denver. Melo has Indy over Oakland. I have Atlanta over the Los Angeles Chargers. Melo has San Francisco over Washington. I have Pittsburgh over Buffalo. Melo has Cleveland over Baltimore. I have the 305. The dirty down south over Kansas City. That's gonna be big. That game's gonna show us what the win or lose what Miami's all about. And then it's gonna be Giants versus Arizona, and that's who Melo picked, the Giants, of course. Those are the 9
resurgent
games.
Giants. Especially if we get Daniel Jones back. Oh, man, it's going to be a field day. But I want you, before we move on, to explain how you just dropped your Los Angeles Chargers out of nowhere.
They're not listen, I'm from San Diego. They dropped me. I went to school in San Diego and they dropped me. They left San Diego and went to LA. Nah, we don't mess with that. We don't mess with that nonsense. No. Chargers out.
It's not against the spread. What we do is just straight up picks. So whoever wins.
Yeah. Because I picked Miami over the Chiefs?
Probably all your picks.
Nah.
But with that, before we end halftime, I saw myself here with these 2 titles, and it kind of reminded me of another champion.
Here we go.
It reminded me of something that happened
I'm gonna get the
yesterday, 19 years ago, and that was when the GOAT,
Here we go.
Y2J, Chris Jericho, not only defeated The Rock,
Break
but
the walls, yeah.
also defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin on the same night to become the first ever undisputed champion. And that's what I am.
All right.
Undisputed.
So the reason why I have Dolphins over Chiefs is because usually every week I always pick the Dolphins and Melo always picks the Giants. So if you're a regular
the
watcher,
first place New York Giants, like Timmy Tavala just said
if you
here.
watch the show,
first
you
place.
know we usually root for our team no matter what. And since this week both of our teams are playing semi-tough teams, we're kind of okay with that. All right, so moving on. Let's start quarter number 3. 12 minutes on the clock. Ready, set, boom. First topic for quarter number 3 is, let's go back, closest duel to LeBron and AD.
This is pretty simple. I mean, it's a duel that
I know nobody. There's nobody close to them. They're the perfect pick and roll. They're the perfect 2K. They're the I said it when he first got traded on this podcast. I'm saying it right now. No one compares to them. No one can handle them. LeBron is a beast. He's a point guard. He's a monster. And then you have AD, who's another monster, the best big in the league. No one compares to them.
Are you done?
Thank you. I actually get called that a lot, bro. Travis Kelce lately, so thank you for the compliment. I'm not even wearing my little long earring like Kelce is.
You also get called Colin Kaepernick.
David and Lion is the closest to LeBron. That you see, thank you, G's. That's true.
That is very true.
That's true. You see?
So, who's LeBron and who's
You gotta be LeBron. I'm AD. I mean, I'm the big one here.
But you're the older one, so you should technically be LeBron.
I am the GOAT. I am. You're right. But so closest. Who do you have?
We got pop culture process, RJ Barrett and Opie Toppin from the Knicks.
All right, and that's where our podcast is. Let's turn. Okay.
There's only one answer to this, and it is unless James Harden goes somewhere, which, then can change everything up. But it's none other than
Do not say
the man
do
who's
not
going to
say-
reclaim his rightful place on the throne as the best in the world.
Michael Jordan's coming back out of retirement.
And that is Kevin Durant and Kyrie. Kyrie has, he wants to be better than LeBron.
Okay.
He wants to beat him. He has a chip on his shoulder right now.
Is Kyrie
and
even
Kevin
gonna
Durant
play?
is going to be the best.
Is
He's
Kyrie
gonna-
even gonna play? Kyrie's
Of
gonna
course
want
he
the
is.
ball. He's gonna talk down to KD. Poor KD.
He's not.
KD's gonna
They're
be so-
best friends. They're
Do
not
you
going to talk
realize
down
KD's
to
gonna
each
be so
other.
frustrated? He's gonna have to put Twitter fingers. He's gonna have to talk shit about Kyrie on his fake Instagram, on his fake Twitter account. It's not gonna look pretty. They don't come close. I love that you have
Yes,
to
they
bring
do.
a duo that hasn't even played together. That's how dominating Kyrie and that LeBron. That's a little slip there. That's how dominating LeBron and AD are. But I'll respect your pick, and we're gonna see next year.
Kyrie's going to fall off the edge of there.
Let's talk about the NBA Christmas games. Do you like the ones this year? Tell me. Read them out loud. I know you got.
Well, let's go
always
through
eat.
them. We have the first game, which was the one I had a problem with. That was the New Orleans Pelicans versus the Miami Heat.
I understand that game. I understand you're trying to respect the Heat,
You're not, though.
but let me explain. You want to put them on the list to play, and then Zion is the one of the biggest names, so you want to put the Pelicans up there.
Absolutely, I agree. But they should not be playing them.
I agree.
I'm sorry. They shouldn't. You could put the Pelicans and Lakers. You can put the Pelicans and the Warriors.
Pelicans and Lakers is also disrespectful to the Lakers. Why would you put Pelicans and Lakers?
Why? You have Lonzo, you have Zion that people are comparing to LeBron. You have LeBron. It's a better matchup than the Heat Pelicans. There's no storyline there that I can create besides, we're going to throw in Zion versus the team that was in the
The only
finals.
team who do you have with us?
What do you mean?
Celtics?
The Celtics, the Bucks. We could the Lakers. Why are we not playing the Lakers on Christmas Day? Because it's the third day of the season.
You know everybody wants to see Clippers and Lakers.
It's not though. They're playing the Mavericks.
Who's playing the Mavericks?
The Lakers.
Oh, they didn't even give them the Clippers?
No, the Clippers are playing the Nuggets. That's why I'm saying that the fact that we got the Pelicans is so
This-
disrespectful to Miami.
This has to be some scheduling protocol or something. Because I don't understand that. But
It doesn't, and they're playing at noon. Miami is playing the disrespect. Once I saw that come out, I was so upset, and I was like, you know what? I hope we
Is
go
it-
out there
is
and
it a
beat them
Miami
at 30.
game?
It is.
if it's at,
It's a Miami game.
that's early. Especially over.
12.
Well,
I'm telling you, they disrespected Heat versus Pelicans is dumb. It was so disrespectful. I cannot believe that that's who they gave us.
I want to go back to our last topic about duo with LeBron and AD. Now that Dwight Howard is in the 76ers, you know he's telling him, Simmons, you're LeBron. He's telling
Embiid?
Embiid, you're AD. I saw what they did. Y'all can do it. He's telling him, so that might be the next one. If Dwight Howard is telling him what to do, but okay, I guess the NBA Christmas schedule.
It should be Heat, Lakers,
It
Heat,
should.
Bucks. It doesn't make any sense. They're man. Again,
It should. You know what it should be? It should be Heat, Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets.
that's the only one I would say they got right. This is how it stands. At noon, we have Pelicans, Heat. At 2:30, the Warriors and Bucks.
Warriors and Bucks.
At 5, it's Nets, Celtics, which again, Kyrie, Celtics, understandable.
Yeah, but Nets Warriors would have been golden.
They could have done either one of them.
It's literally gold.
The Warriors Bucks doesn't make sense either. It's just we got to throw the Warriors out
That's
there in
what
Milwaukee.
Warriors Nets. We could do this for them. Warriors Nets would have been perfect. And who you said the Celtics were playing who?
The Nets.
Celtics Heat. There. Oh, wow,
Then we
whatever.
have 8 p.m. is Mavericks Lakers, and we wrap it up with the Clippers and Nuggets.
I'm still not upset because at least, which moves on to our next topic. At least the NBA puts the best that they have on Christmas, not like the NFL does. And that moves on to our next topic is, the NFL's Thanksgiving games versus the NBA Christmas games. This isn't really, talked about a lot, but I don't like what the NFL does on Thanksgiving. I think the NFL, it's a detriment what they do on Thanksgiving of just putting Cowboys and Lions. It's an old standing tradition that is just stupid to me, because the Cowboys could be having the Cowboys, they could be they've been irrelevant for a while now. I don't give a flying F if they're America's team. The Lions, they're the laughing stock of the league most of the time, and they get a guaranteed spot on Thanksgiving. I want to watch some fun football on Thanksgiving, and at least Christmas Day they give us good teams. For the NBA, what do you think?
I completely agree with you. You can just look at it this year. You had Texans Lions. The Texans won 41-25. And then you have Washington and Dallas. Washington won 41-16. None of those games were good. And I remember, yes, if you play fantasy, it's fun if you have anyone playing from there. I love watching football any time of the week, whether it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day it is. But you do want to watch good games. And on Thanksgiving, when you're off and you have football all day, I think they got to get rid of that tradition against the Lions and the Cowboys having a game. Unless you put the Lions and Cowboys against each other every year and you open up those two spots to Seattle or someone good, another team that you think is going to do well, the Bucks. But let's really think about it. At the beginning of the season, Houston and the Lions, that is not a game that you're thinking, yeah, I want to watch that. I'm going to go out of my way to watch it. The Washington football team, and the Dallas Cowboys is not a game that you're, oh yeah, I can't wait to watch it. No, it just isn't. The Steelers-Ravens one was the only one that you're like, okay, I want to watch it. And it didn't even happen until the following Tuesday because of COVID. So I think NBA does a better job of it. Obviously, this year they kind of got their games mixed up, but you still got to see a lot of great teams. You got to see the Lakers still. You got to see the Clippers. You got to see the Heat. You got to see the Warriors, the Bucks, the Celtics, the Nets. You got to see these teams that you want to see play. I don't know why they couldn't have thrown a Seattle against Dallas.
I don't want to see Dallas. They're not a good football team. They barely make the playoffs. It's not a good team to watch anyways. Give me something fun. Give me Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady. Give me Russell Wilson versus the Cardinals. I don't know. Just give me something fun. Two quarterback. Give me something interesting. You know what? Maybe if it was Cowboys and Giants, you have a rivalry game. Fine, maybe they not be good, but it means something.
The Redskins are technically a rival, but it's just
but the Redskins are boring. And usually when you hear a fun game, you hear Giants and Cowboys. Always seems to be a fun game most years. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I know that's your division, but I hate it. I hate that the NFL keeps giving us the Detroit Lions. It's so bad. Give us the Dolphins again. Chris Chambers, 4 touchdowns. I'll never forget that Thanksgiving. One of the best Thanksgivings of all time. I love Chris Chambers. 4 touchdowns that game. It's incredible. All you youngins out there know about the Miami Dolphins. Undefeated. Popping bottles.
Well, that brings up into our next topic, and that is the Steelers. Undefeated no more. So I know you were popping your champagne with Larry Zonka. Thankfully, Don Shula didn't have to turn over in his grave. He was there happily, laying down because the Steelers blew it.
Still got it.
And you know what? I want to give more credit.
Steelers didn't blow it.
I want to give more credit.
Steelers didn't blow it.
To Alex Smith. Wow.
The comeback player of the year.
Wow.
He better get comeback player of the year. They might give it to Luka. The NFL might give Luka the comeback player of the year.
If anyone votes for anyone other than Alex Smith, they need to be taken off the ballot to be able to vote, because that's ridiculous to think anyone but Alex Smith.
He's going to make the playoffs.
Unless they go
Steelers.
Unless they win out.
How do you feel about that? Undefeated? What happened? Do you think are they imposters?
I don't think they're imposters. I think they were already trending where they're we're already 10-0. We're gonna make the playoffs. It doesn't really matter what we do, because you saw that against the Ravens that they really didn't. What they won 13-6 or something ridiculous like that against a Ravens team that didn't have their quarterback, didn't have their first 2 running backs, didn't have their tight end, didn't have anybody. So you can see them already like they wanted. I feel like they wanted to get that loss out of the way, and now they're going to be okay to move forward. I mean, I have them. No, you have them, right? You have them beating Buffalo this week, and Buffalo's been on a roll.
Yes, I love Big Ben, man, and he might be comeback player of the year. I'm just saying, people want to vote for the fancy name. Alex Smith isn't the fancy name.
Big Ben better not win an award of any kind.
I think the Steelers, they lost this one, man. They should have won that game. It's still Big Ben.
Of course, Big Ben had a chance to win it. And boom, tipped in.
They didn't. But like you said, shout out to Alex Smith. What he's doing is amazing. And that's the end of quarter number 3. Let's move on to quarter number 4. Quarter number 4, and let's continue. Let's talk about a team in the same division, the Cleveland Browns, who I believe on this very podcast, unfortunately, I never wished anything bad on Odell. I love Odell. Odell's, I think, one of the top receivers in the league. But I said that with the injury, they were going to turn around. And I stuck to it. I think I feel that for Baker, it was just less pressure. I think it was the game opened up. It was easier for him to find the open guy instead of forcing the ball to Odell. And I said it. And look at them now. They're amazing. They're playing well. The first winning season in a long time.
And I think it's over a decade now. I will agree with you, but add to it. Absolutely, what you said was right. Once Odell went out, Baker was not trying to force that ball to him. And I feel like he shouldn't have been doing that anyway. Odell, at this point, wanted to win. That's the reason he left New York. Yes, he wants to get his catches and stuff, but he left because he wanted to win, and he saw the Giants weren't going in that direction. They were starting to rebuild after Eli. So, right now, what I think is attributing to the fact, not only Odell not being there where he doesn't have to force the ball to him, or he felt that way, but they have probably the best 1-2 running back duo in the league. And those guys are just, once Nick Chubb came back, it looked like he didn't miss a step. He was going and going and going. And you even saw, what was that game? I forgot who they were playing, where he runs and he stops like right before the goal.
Look, I understand. I remember why he did that. It's a mistake on his part. But even if those two would have been, they're back, and you have Odell, I think Baker still makes those mistakes with Odell out there. I think Odell not being there, like Steve is saying, you have less mistakes, and let's not just say Tannehill's not. They also have the best human in the league. In Derrick Henry, like that guy is unbelievable. So let's not just make it seem like Tannehill's
not making mistakes. But he helps him out. He opens up the game where
exactly, yes. But
and that's what I'm saying. Where Chubbs and Kareem Hunt. Dude, Kareem Hunt could go to any other team, and he's a number 1. The fact that he's a number 2 here, their 1-2 punch is out of this world. It reminds me of, the Giants back in 2007 when you had Brandon Jacobs, Ahmad Bradshaw, and Derek Ware, where you're like, any one of these 3 guys you give the ball to, and they're going to do well. They're going to get the ball in the end zone. And, I mean, Nick Chubb is a bully. Kareem Hunt is just so quick that I feel like that has helped out Baker just as much as losing Odell has, true. Where he doesn't have to force the ball.
Yes, both things could be true. Moving on to our next topic, back to the NFC least, still the worst division in football.
It's not the worst division.
Wentz and Hurts. Did the Eagles make the right decision in benching Wentz and now starting Hurts?
I have the biggest smile on my face, but I probably shouldn't. They should keep Wentz out there just so that the Giants could have a better chance of winning the division. But I mean, for them, perspectively, yeah, they had to do something with Wentz. Dude, he was not doing anything out there on the field. He was making mistakes that he shouldn't be making. Not even these like tip ball mistakes where you think, oh, okay, it wasn't his fault. The receiver tipped it up and it got intercepted, or he got sacked from his blind side and he fumbled the ball. No, he's making these and he's leading the league in turnovers. They have to do something, and it's time for some Hurts. It might hurt for him.
We were talking about this earlier, earlier at the gym, and I agree with you. I You can tell watching a football game when there's a quarterback who's playing bad because the team is bad and it's tough for him to make decisions. I mean, it's tough for him to make the right call because players shouldn't be where they are. But then there's also mistakes that Wentz is making that you can just see it's his fault. It's just his decision. And it's him just playing very lousy and making the wrong decisions at times. So I totally agree with you. Have to. I don't care how much you're paying someone. You bench them. You benched McNabb back in the day. And then he came back and led the team to the playoffs, which is still possible in this division. You know, every team can still make this can still make the playoffs. I'm not saying it's realistic, but I'm just saying you have to show the team, hey, no one is above being benched no matter how much you're getting paid. If you're playing lousy, we're going to bench you. And Hurts comes in and plays. You know, you have to give this rookie a chance because your starting quarterback who's making $1 gazillion is just shitting the bed.
The only thing that it really sucks for them is that if they leave Wentz on that bench, they're losing.
Wentz on the bench.
They're losing. I think it's what, like 50 or 30 something. No, it's close to 50. No, a year. They're losing a ridiculous amount of money per year that he's on the bench.
But maybe it wakes him up to start playing better. You have to just try something.
You have to hope.
And if it all fails, trade him to the Bears. And then they'll have they like having multiple stars on a team. You do what they did, start Wentz half the season, then put Foles in after. You got to do something. Moving on to a very important topic that I know is dear to your heart. You keep tweeting about it, you keep fussing about it, and you keep bitching about it. Is Ohio State in college football being 5-0 and still being ranked in the top 4?
First off, thank you, Cheese, for saying it's about 30 plus mil that they're going to be leaving on the bench each year with Wentz there. And yes, this is something I don't know how many times I've tweeted from our 4 Quarters Twitter, which you can see the handle below. It's at 4 Quarters Show. Ohio State should not be ranked. They've played 5 games. 5. More teams have played double that. And some might have 1 loss, some are undefeated, and they are not even sniffing the top 4. But Ohio State, who, guess what happened this week? Another game canceled. They haven't played anyone legit to have that number 4 ranking. And what happens again this week? The Big Ten decides, let's change the rules up, and now you don't need to play at least 6 games. You're good with your 5 games. You can go ahead and make the Big Ten championship. How many more times does the NCAA have to bend the rules for Ohio State? I think it's absolutely atrocious to teams like Florida, to teams like Texas A&M that, are playing all their games. Yes, they might have a loss on their record, but they're playing their games. That has to be taken into account. If I'm 2-0, hey, I'm 2-0, but I'm Alabama, so I should be ranked top 4. I don't think that is fair. See, look, perfect. It's why a line hasn't qualified in our NFL pick standing. Not enough games. Well,
how about you start using the NCAA logic and have me qualify then? Hello? It's working for Ohio. Give me the Ohio State treatment. You know what, Melo? Ohio State is used to having this for them because UM was robbed from a championship because of the no call. That's the NCAA. This is them. When it comes to Ohio State, you just look away. You don't count. You passing 8, whatever. No calls, nothing. Hey, no, Ohio State, go ahead. We'll let you be 5-0 with shitty teams. I agree with you on this one. And 4 Quarters will not stand for the injustice, and we will keep tweeting and we will keep hashtagging cancel NCAA because it's just unfair. We're not gonna have a real season this year. And we're just going to let Ohio State in the finals. I need some more wine.
That is correct. There is a llama behind the line.
Right there. And we can thank Daphne for that. That's, sometimes when you see art that speaks to you, you have to purchase it. And that was a purchase that just spoke to me. It was the llama. And me and the llama both out debate Melo every week. So there is the llama.
Me and Michael Douglas know better.
Oh, man, that's the GOAT though. Man.
But yeah, going to that, I see that there's a lot of also NCAA basketball games that are being canceled. I think the NCAA needs to, at this point, man the F up. Cancel all these damn sports. Think about not only their athletes, but their students. I think I've said this before on this podcast. You need to think about more than just the athletes, more about the money incoming. Think about the students that are investing in your school, that are saying, hey, I'm going to go to your school for this. Stop putting my life on the line, putting myself in jeopardy because you guys want to make more money. Stop being selfish. Think about the people that make your school. And I think it's enough. Enough's enough. There's been too many cancellations already, and you're putting, again, not only your athletes, but your faculty, your staff, your students. Stop being selfish, NCAA.
Listen, and shout out to Cheese, who is just not committed to a team right now. He's like LeBron. He went from YouTube to Facebook and now back to YouTube. You know, he's back on YouTube. But yes, Melo, sorry, I didn't mean to just not. Listen,
and your llama explanation was apparently a little bit
Thank you.
It's like most of his, his takes on things, like
with 2 minutes
about
left,
Daniel Jones.
With 2 minutes left, we want to give a round of applause to the first woman football player who's kicking, Sarah Fuller for Vanderbilt. With that being said, congratulations to all the respect. Even if it was because your team is 0-8, even if it was because it was just to get ticket sales and attention to the organization, even if it was because they just wanted to give you a little Look, listen, was it just a ploy to make some, to get some attention, to just put her out there, put a little kick, go out there when you're losing a game? Sure. But I appreciate it and respect because now one day.
What do you think of the kick?
If I have a daughter, I can say, hey, you can play. Well, the kick, that was the point, was to do that kick. That was the point of the kick. They didn't want to give a long kick.
I was disappointed we didn't see her get to kick a field goal. I really wanted to see her kick a field goal.
That probably wasn't going to happen. They just wanted to do it for attention. And you know what, Vanderbilt? Congratulations, you got the attention. But I appreciate.
Isn't that a skip school?
Look, it's one of those things. Look, this is one of those situations where it doesn't matter how it happened, regardless of what the intentions were. There is finally a female in the NFL, and it's something that you have to admire, no matter what the purpose was.
Same here, Cheese. So, I wanted her to kick it. I see how far she can kick it. And same thing, I wanted to see her kick a field goal. And isn't this your idol Skip Bayless's school?
That's not my idol. Everyone knows.
No, your idol's Max Kellerman. I'm sorry. That's your comparison. You're Max Kellerman.
Don't even get, bro. I swear. Don't even get me started with Max Kellerman. That's not my comparison. Even though I love Max Kellerman's takes on boxing, which is our next Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. Are we gonna watch it? We ordered. Oh. That's in the court number 4. We ordered the Mike Tyson fight. Are we going to order this fight?
I mean, I feel at this point we have to, right?
Damn, man.
Jake Paul's brother, Floyd putting up his 50-0.
I hate that I have to support that fight. It pisses me off that Floyd and Mayweather will do this fight. Like, you're still not at the age of Mike Tyson. You're still only a couple years out. You Khabib? You fight an MMA fighter at least.
Yeah, but he's not gonna want to fight someone that he has a chance of losing to. So you know what? I'm gonna take this into wrestling terms, where I feel like he's giving the rub to Logan Paul. Maybe they're boys, so maybe that's why. Let me give you the rub, so you get that recognition where people will be like, okay, he was in a real fight. He kept up with Floyd, and then from there he can grow his career.
Floyd is gonna beat this guy. It's gonna be a dumb fight. You know what? If he doesn't knock him out, I'm gonna be like, Floyd lost that fight.
Look, Cheese has got the wine. We can put on the projection.
Cheese birthday's coming up. Shout out to Cheese. I believe Cheese is gonna be 30 or 31. I think he's gonna be 31. She's getting up there in age. He's old too. But yes, that's 4 quarters right there. The wine was good.
Are we done though?
Well, that's 4 quarters. Now we got OT. I'm just saying that's the end of the 4th quarter. Those are 4 quarters.
I was gonna say, but is the show over?
No, the show is not over. The 4 quarter show is not over. 4 quarters are over. That's what I was trying to say.
You know what time it is.
OT. I might wear the hat for OT.
There's never much love when we get to OT.
We got Christmas.
We are everyone's favorite time. Oh, and look, Carlos chiming in. Mayweather versus Logan is stupid.
Thank you. With that being said, Carlos, come to the crib. We're going to order it. You know, we'll put it in the projector right here. We get some chairs, watch the fight.
Damn,
OT. Jazz, what do you think of my head? OT.
Next time we'll have some Milka, Carlos, just for you on that big screen. And see, everyone loves OT. It's everyone's favorite time.
And the first topping in OT. Go ahead.
So actually, I got this news maybe like 5-10 minutes before we went on. And that is that none other than Tommy Lister, a.k.a. Tiny, a.k.a. Debo, a.k.a. Zeus, has passed away. You might know him from Friday, No Holds Barred. That was an iconic role. Debo, he was in a Little Nicky. I saw that the other day.
You didn't tell me about this, man.
It was something that literally came up when you went to go, I think you were walking Kobe.
Damn, but you didn't even tell. Bro, what if I would have started crying? You can't do this, man. You don't know how important he is to me. R.I.P. It's not, that's sad when someone passes away. We've had a couple this year already, man.
Yeah, it just doesn't stop, man. 2020 has been 2020.
R.I.P. Tommy Lister. Yep, R.I.P. Tiny. But let's move on to some positive news.
Yes, we're gonna pick it up a little.
Positive
maybe bring it down.
News, huge news, game-changing news for all of you who love going to the movie theaters to watch movies. Game's about to change. Warner Brothers is gonna stream all of their brand new movies from 2021 for pandemic reasons only. They say, depending on how much money comes in. Is going to stream all their movies on HBO Max the same day it drops on theaters.
And it won't be for an additional price. So it's not Disney Plus either.
Yeah, that's stupid what they did. So HBO Max. Now, it's whenever the movie drops that day, it's going to be on HBO Max.
Exactly.
Too, right?
So like Wonder Woman, when it comes out, I think the 24th or 25th, whatever, it's going to be on HBO Max.
Bangers too. They got Doom. I got that book right behind you too. They got Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, the sequel. That's what I'm going to call it.
And then we got
Space Jam Legacy. That's going to be a good one, man. I can't wait for that one. So that's huge. What?
First off, the jerseys look worse than our Miami Heat Vice jerseys look.
Yeah, but it's not all about the jerseys. It's a story.
Of course.
You see, that's the difference between me. I'm open to watching the new movie and seeing what LeBron has to bring.
I'm saying I'm gonna watch it,
storyline.
But I'm gonna critique it like I would critique anything else.
You don't even know if maybe those are just the first game. You don't even know how many. Maybe it's a season. What if it's a Space Jam season and that's just one of the jerseys? What if they have a Space Jam alternative jersey that becomes a championship jersey?
Space Jam is
you
gonna.
You see, this is LeBron hate, man. You can't even say it's gonna be garbage.
This new one, man. These new.
They got they got my man who directed Black Panther in the movie, who directed Creed doing the movie.
God, man. I love Creed.
So you guys don't even know it's gonna be a good movie. I'm gonna enjoy. I love Bugs Bunny. That was my favorite character growing up, Bugs Bunny. But okay, so what Warner Bros. Is doing is amazing. Yep. HBO Max is going to get tons of hits. And now with Netflix raising prices in 2021, I'm canceling Netflix. I'm not paying $14 a month for Netflix. That's ridiculous. I keep getting the notification. No, they don't even know I'm canceling that. I'm not going to keep Netflix. So somebody give me your Netflix account, shoot me up. That's crazy. $14?
Netflix, if you're watching, if you want to sponsor us, we will continue paying the $14 a month.
No, I'm not paying for it. They better pay it for me. I'll say, hey, I'll praise it all day. Get Netflix, everybody get Netflix. I'm not paying for Netflix. That's insane. But HBO Max, that comes with my contract.
So what are you looking forward to? But not
Dune.
Dune.
I am not looking forward to Wonder Woman the sequel. No.
Whoa, those are some big words.
I didn't like Wonder Woman 1. I thought it was boring. It didn't even make sense, honestly. A lot of stuff didn't even make sense. It didn't. It really didn't. The main character, the main bad guy, is just confused on his own idea, on his own ideology. But we're gonna talk about it another day. HBO Max is legit. That's gonna be dope what they're doing, and I can't wait to watch a lot of these Warner Brothers movies. Honestly, I can't wait to watch Suicide Squad because now you have the director.
That was the one I was saying. I'm kind of looking forward for that Suicide Squad. You got. Not only you have a somewhat new cast, but you got a better director. Hopefully more of a story. You got John Cena. Hopefully we can see him in the movie. I don't know. I still haven't been able to see any pictures of him.
I saw one picture of him. He was just like sad. It looked kind of silly.
You were able to see him?
Yeah, him in the costume.
Oh yeah.
Google the picture. Yeah, there's a picture of him in the costume. It looks a little silly, but I think it'll work. But that's gonna be cool. Oh, HBO Max has Die Hard and Lethal Weapon. Has Christmas movies. HBO Max. Yeah, HBO Max is what it is. And they got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion on there, so that's pretty cool. I think people are gonna switch to HBO Max, man, because
I can't see it. Can you see him? I don't see John Cena.
That's not the picture I saw of John Cena.
I don't see him. I see the shark back here. I see Idris Elba over here.
I hate the fact that went over my head. I got you way over Alain's head.
Yep. What can I say?
You can never see John Cena. He got me.
See, all HBO Max has Die Hard. So, I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion. I have never seen Die Hard.
And you said that on live TV?
I did.
Die Hard is one of the best Christmas movies of all time.
Is it a Christmas movie, though?
Yeah, absolutely is a Christmas movie.
A lot of people told me it's not.
I don't know who told you it's a Christmas movie. That's crazy. It's a Christmas movie.
Is A Nightmare Before Christmas a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie?
It's a Halloween movie.
So, it's even though it has Christmas in the name, it's not a Christmas movie.
It's not. It's a Halloween
Interesting. I'd like to know what people think. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Is that Nightmare on Elm Street a Christmas movie?
Nightmare on Elm Street?
I'm sorry. Nightmare Before Christmas.
How much wine is he drinking?
A lot. All right, let's kick it up.
Next thing.
More good news.
Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3. Man, if these rumors are true, what they're doing is incredible. Spider-Man 3 wants to bring Tobey Maguire and...
My favorite Spider-Man?
What's his name?
Andrew Garfield.
Okay, we've had this debate already. Andrew Garfield is my favorite
Peter Parker.
Spider-Man in character.
Okay.
Tobey Maguire is my favorite Peter Parker. Nerdy, dorky.
Really? See, I like Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker, and I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Because he's more quirky, which is how I feel Spider-Man is. And I feel like Tobey was a good, he was a good stepping stone.
Bro, remember, Spider-Man's supposed to be dorky, nerdy, same thing.
Tom Holland.
Not supposed to be like a good-looking kid, not popular. And
Tom Holland's not popular.
I know, but you said Garfield's your favorite Peter Parker, and he's too swaggy. He's too cool. He's too good looking. He's too like, yeah, what's up? Dunking a basketball. Like, I'm a cool guy. That's not Spider-Man. And
because Tobey Maguire didn't, one hand help MJ up and then got all the things and then beat up Flash with one punch.
But that wasn't cool. That was just like him figuring out his power. You talking about the cafeteria scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just like him, like, bro. He unintentionally was doing those things. This guy just dunked about. It was just weird. I'm just giving you. He was too swaggy. Tom Holland is my favorite. He's able to play both. But besides that, Spider-Man 3. They want to make the multiverse with all three Spider-Man in the same movie, but they also want to bring Doc Ock from the Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire movies, and they want to bring Jamie Foxx's Electro from Garfield's movies, which is genius. Because now you're able to do a Sinister Six without having to do all the backstory and just bring them together. And I think that's amazing.
Anyone else that they've announced that might be in these movies?
You say it, because maybe it's...
Well, besides, everyone you just named, we also have the lovely Kirsten Dunst that's been announced to be in the movie. Yes, reprising her role as MJ, which I think might be a better MJ than Zendaya, but that's,
Well, Zendaya's not really MJ.
She is MJ.
She's not Mary Jane. Look at her name.
I guess. But just still, they call her MJ, and I wasn't a fan. Anyway, that's another topic. But also, for all those Netflix watchers out there.
Oh! Yes.
And Mr. wants to cancel his Netflix over here. From Daredevil, Charlie Cox.
Yes.
So is going to reprise his role as Matt Murdock.
Yes, we talked about this, and I thought great idea if you only bring him in as a attorney and bring him in into like, hey, because he needs an attorney.
It'd still be good though.
Because I know that's what I'm saying. Holland needs an attorney because everyone knows that he's Peter Parker now, and for some reason he's an attorney, and he reaches out to Cox. I don't see him putting the costume on and then maybe a quick little hay costume. I don't know.
No, I don't. I think him coming in as the attorney would be significant enough. With everything else going on, I think we'd be good. So wait, I want to know what MJ you're talking about. We know it's not Michael Jordan. And was this like her trying to get at me?
I guess.
Dude. I'm not gonna say anything, Daphne.
And here we go. We had a topic in the pop culture pros. Michael Jordan was trash. There you go. In the pop culture pros group chat, and I think it may have been on one of the feeds. But we were talking. Because Christopher Nolan came out and said that he really enjoyed
the Fast and the Furious franchise,
but he actually really enjoyed Tokyo Drift, which is one of my favorite Fast and the Furious movies, which me and Melo had a debate about. I just appreciate that Tokyo Drift stayed with racing. At least they raced. The second half of the movies, they don't even race anymore. They're jumping out of planes. They're doing all this crazy nonsense. Where is the racing? They have government agencies. They're saving the world. I just want to see a race. And Tokyo Drift at least races. It's true. And it brings arguably one of the best characters. You keep eating. And I'm talking.
Bow Wow.
Han.
Bow Wow.
Han.
The whole car.
Han. I wrote trash and brought it Tokyo Drift to
And
mind.
it brought the... Agreed.
No,
the most notable thing from that movie was that Hulk car that Bow Wow drove.
That's not what it was. That movie's a fun. It's just, you know what? Christopher Nolan thinks it's dope, and I'm supposed to sit here with you. Christopher Nolan made Dark Knight. By the way,
Batman Begins, I don't think was that great. So
I agree. That's why I said Dark Knight.
Huh?
Not a popular thought, but I think Part 3 was trashy. I thought Part 3.
If I'm ranking them, it's Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, and Batman Begins.
It's just Dark Knight. The other two for me are just like I don't see. Dark Knight for me is the only movie that was actually.
And then he made Dunkirk.
All right.
But what about one of my favorite movies, Inception? I love that movie.
We're not talking about his best.
No, I'm just saying, we're talking about Christopher Nolan.
Oh no, he has a bunch of good. I like his movies.
So with this, then we were talking about. I put up there. What do we think is the best and worst Fast and the Furious film?
Part 1 is the best one.
The best.
The best one.
Say it.
Huh?
Say the line.
Which line? Because he has so many. No one loves the tuna here. And that's not the one I texted. But that's actually my favorite line in the movie. But I didn't feel the group chat would even know what the hell I was talking about. But that's the best line. He's like, give me the tuna. No one loves the tuna here. No one. That's the best line there.
That is not the best line.
That is the best.
That is not the best line.
It's so
If no one knows it, it's not the best line.
It's so funny.
No, man. It's I almost had you.
Oh, that's yeah.
Come on, man.
You never had me. You never had your car. That is the best line there.
So good.
Which is the one I texted one in the group chat.
It was the what is it?
I'll say it, but which is your worst thing?
So my worst one, I would have said 4, but I'm not gonna say 4 because 4 led us to 5, and 5 I think is the best one.
Well, I never narked on nobody. I never narc on nobody. It's not even the line. I just remember that one because there's so many classic lines.
The worst one is Part 3, man. It is Tokyo Drift. Tokyo Drift. Imagine it took them. What was it? 6 or 7 movies to make Tokyo Drift relevant.
Not the worst one, man.
They had to tie that back into the entire story.
It wasn't even the worst.
It was the worst one.
Listen, ask any racer, any real racer. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
That line right there.
And that's the end of the pot. I'm kidding. All right.
So wait, what do you think? So best for you? You said just one. What's the worst?
Part 1. Tokyo Drift. No, okay. Man.
5, I think is the best one. Fast 5, I think. Brazil.
The last one.
The one where Vin Diesel was bad, you think was the worst one?
Yeah.
I don't think it was that, but I get where they were going with.
It's getting so far from everything that it's just bad.
Tokyo Drift lost by a mile.
Yeah, and then the last one lost by 3 miles. Like that's it. It's It's going too far from everything. It's
Five to me made it mainstream with The Rock, and then you have Vin Diesel. We're in Brazil. Like, man,
is that the one that has a safe scene?
Yes.
That's dope. That scene was dope. I remember watching this thing going, man, that's just dope. So you can talk about number 5. You talking about the rest of them. You wrote these.
All right, well, number 5, we're just going to run through this really quickly.
No,
number 5.
All of them, actually. But.
Again, we're trying to keep up. We're pop culture. We're part pop culture pros. We're the 4 quarter show. We're trying to stay hip, not too hip. Because 2 hips make an ass.
The first one is a classic. The Fast and the Furious.
It is, but 5 was the best. But like I said, we try to stay hip, just not too hip, because 2 hips make an ass.
I haven't heard you say one quote from part 5.
I just said, this is Brazil.
You're right. That's the dumbest quote. That's not even a cool freaking quote.
It is, because when Vin Diesel says it, he says it with that accent. It's like, what are you saying?
Family. These are quotes.
So, number 5, we have something that happened where we're from, our hometown here in Miami, and that is that Zoe Dollars was going home from some birthday celebration in Miami Beach, and he was going to Wynwood, and he got shot. And as of right now, no one knows why he got shot, where it was. He's in Jackson, he's doing good, but the man got shot. And it happened here, in Miami. We got to report what happens here in the 305, the hometown. And a lot of people I know have reached out, said that they really like Zoe Dollars. I know that he has a couple songs, one with Chris Brown that's really good. So that happened.
And sending Zoe Dollars good vibes. Hopefully he's okay. Never want to get shot.
No.
Good.
And we got another pop culture thing, and that is that, we have 11,000 cases here in Florida per day, but there's one person in California. Should have been social distancing. That one's going to come into play now. And that is that everyone's favorite or not favorite TV host, Ellen DeGeneres, got the Rona.
Ellen, I'm sorry. Listen, Ellen, you come on the podcast where you're getting better. We want you here. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better.
I don't have any hate against Ellen.
I don't see what the hate is against.
I know some people are probably happy, like that's what you get, but I have no. 1, I wouldn't want anyone to get sick. 2, I still love Ellen. All the hate that's coming out, I'm like, come on, man.
She's a mean boss. We've all had mean bosses.
I've had plenty of mean bosses.
Honestly, the things you hear about her is just, oh my God, she wanted me to shower. Do you smell bad? Oh my gosh, she wants me to freaking chew gum. Does your breath stink? She's actually trying to do you a favor. Did your check get cleared every Friday? When her name was on your resume, did you get another job opportunity?
Well, a good one that you told me did you tell me one about a restaurant? Something about...
Oh, yeah. So, one of the things that came out was that she went to a restaurant and she was upset because the waitress didn't have her nails done. Now, for us regular folk, we don't care about those things. But when you're paying $200 for a meal, you expect certain things. That when you reach that level, you expect perfection. You expect little things that you would never think. You expect everything perfect. $200 per meal. So she wrote an angry letter saying, this girl needs to make her nails done. Or have her nails, and the girl probably got fired after that.
See, the way I saw that when you told me this story, I thought, okay, in my eyes, I'm thinking Ellen is trying to look out for her, because if you're a waitress or a waiter, I've been in the hospitality business. You have to present yourself to a certain level where you can't just be looking bummy, because you're dealing with people all day. Not only you're presenting yourself, but you're presenting whatever you're working for. So if you're presenting Hillstone or Red Lobster, you need to look professional and good. And who knows, her nails, maybe she had, dirt under her nails, where if her nails were done, you wouldn't see that. So there's a lot of different things where if I saw, especially nowadays, if you see someone with dirt in your nails bringing you food, you're going to be like, maybe I don't want to eat this.
Listen, all I'm going to say is, look, is she handling the situation right? I don't know. I know people who complain about McDonald's who write furious emails because their order wasn't there on time. And that's
those Twitter fingers.
And that's a $5 meal. I can only imagine if she's spending $200, $200, what she complains about. Point is, the things that have been leaked about her or that they say about her, I don't like. So she was mean. Like, all I hear is that she was mean. I'm just thinking, okay, I don't. Why are we gonna cancel her? Her show's funny. I see her giving all this money to charity. Her show does so much better than what she does. Like, it's so much better than the bad things. Her bad things aren't enough.
The
for her
good
to get
outweighs the bad.
canceled. Like, that's what I don't understand. Oh, she sends me home. I gotta shower. Oh, I mean, maybe you should, bro. But
Either way, Ellen, we hope you get better. If you want to come on the fourth quarter show, we got you.
Girl, get in the show. We support everybody.
And last, actually, this might have already came out, so I'm gonna look it up. But it is today at 10 p.m. They were supposed to announce who Time's Person of the Year is supposed to be.
Please be me. Please be me.
So we were gonna give our
Be
predictions
me.
of who we thought it was gonna be.
I feel it's gonna be Kamala Harris.
You think it's gonna be Kamala? So that's your pick.
That's my prediction.
Prediction. So as of right now,
Not my pick.
So I'm in between two people.
Do you have the answer there?
I can't find
I
it.
already gave my pick. You go.
So I'm in between two people, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get both. Number one, number two, I was thinking it was going to be Dr. Anthony Fauci because of
Wait, was Kamala even a finalist?
I don't know.
Yikes!
To me, I thought either Fauci
Fauci better be Person of the Year.
or
The man was at a Washington.
He had a mask on.
baseball game, not in the stands. He took it off in the
he
stands.
took it off in the stands?
Yes, there's a
I didn't
picture.
know that. Okay, so no longer Fauci. So then my prediction is all the essential workers, healthcare
At
workers.
10? Oh.
Yeah, it was supposed to be at 10 that it was going to be announced. I'm sure like on ABC or something. So my answer is going to be essential workers, Healthline front workers. Those will be the Time Person of the Year. Look, Daphne's saying she saw the short list. She thinks it's going to be the movement for social justice. So that's her prediction.
It's gonna be the movement. Wait, that can be a Person of the Year?
Movement for racial justice, I guess what she meant.
That's a Person of the Year?
Yeah, don't you know that
That's not a person.
if we get technical, you were a Time Person of the Year one time.
Was that really?
Yes.
Hispanics? Hondurans? Cubans? Don't get me excited, bro, because I'm gonna start bragging about you. Because that'll be next time in my intro. You give me Time Person of the Year.
I'm going to look it up right now. I forgot what year it was. So in 2006, Time's Person of the Year was you.
Well, nominees this year include Andrew Cuomo, Kamala Harris.
Wait, what? Did you say
She-
Andrew Cuomo?
He's nominees for this year. Yes. Mitch McConnell, Nancy. Bro, I swear. Nancy
Wow,
Pelosi.
the governor of New York.
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez,
AOC.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, WNBA star Sue Bird,
There we go.
Bubba Wallace. There's a winner.
Healthcare workers, I think, should be.
Ariana Grande, Russian President Vladimir Putin.
I think the
Kanye
guys
West.
from the Just Two Sweet show think Andrew Cuomo would be the person of the year.
Well, I think it's gonna be Kamala Harris.
I'm surprised. Maybe they might release it at 11. But so we got your prediction in. You think it's going to be Kamala. I think healthcare workers. Daphne thinks movement for racial justice. The boss here at Pop Culture thinks it will be healthcare workers. Oh, look, wait. We got the 4 finalists. Joe Biden. D. Trump. Frontline healthcare workers. Oh, so it's both? It's not just one. Interesting.
What do you mean? Say it out loud. Say it again.
No, so Daphne said that there's 4 finalists. It's Joe Biden,
Yeah.
Donald Trump, frontline healthcare workers, and Dr. Anthony Fauci, and movement for racial justice.
Oh, it's gonna be that one.
Why would they put both of them together? I don't know if I think that's...
Frontline workers and
Fauci.
that's weird.
I mean, I get what he's doing, but I mean,
Has Trump ever?
they shouldn't
won?
be together.
Has Donald Trump ever won Person of the Year?
Didn't he win when he got
Okay.
the presidential? I think so.
Yeah, I think Daphne's right about it. But moving on to nothing, because that was our last topic. Person of the year. So did you like what you won? Did you?
Yeah. So in 2016, Donald Trump was Person of the Year when he won.
Did you like your boar's head? Because I only get the best that he wanted this, and I got him something good.
He made me choose.
Boom.
It was actually really good. I thought it was going to be a lot spicier than what it said on the package.
Does it say?
It said picante
Where does it say picante here?
in red underneath where it says uncured.
It says picante.
It says picante. I feel like I was
You know what
fooled.
we should do one more time? We should do the song one more time.
We
That
absolutely
song.
should. Before we leave, guys, we will do the special 4 quarters. 12 Days of Christmas, written by your own Melo Alain. So, let me, we're going to pop on it. I have to pop on my hat.
Because now we have our Christmas hats on. So we got to do it the right way, people.
By the way, if you can't see my hat, it is a chimney here. I'll fix it up. And, oh, look at the Santa's legs up there. He's stuck in the chimney.
All right. So, are you ready?
I am always ready.
Let's go.
Wait, I lied. I'm not ready.
Oh my goodness. I was about to get going.
I know, I'm ready now. I'm
All
ready.
right. And a 1, 2, 3.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 Drummonds drumming,
11 Curry shooting,
10 Leonard sleeping,
9 Jokers dancing,
8 Katie's tweeting,
7 Carrie sitting,
6 PJ's bricking,
5 King James rings,
4 Logo Lillards,
3 Harden step backs,
2 Big Face Coffees,
and a G on his third MVP. Merry Christmas, everybody. I edited that one. I accidentally put 3 Harden step backs.
He did. He fixed it up.
Sorry, I've been drinking. I didn't mean to fix that up.
Thank you, everyone. If you enjoyed the song, I think we should put the song up on our Instagram.
Absolutely. It might go up tonight.
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter. If you haven't followed us and you're watching, it's right below. If you're listening to us, the Instagram and Twitter is the same. It's at the number 4 quarter show. So it is the number 4 QUARTERSSHOW. And again, if you love our merch, this is coming real soon. Different colors, of course. If you want, you can get your own Melo. You can get it in line. We can even get your own name on there, just in case you want to represent. Koozies coming real soon as well. If you like the logo, again, we can change up the color however you like. And as always, oh look, we're getting plenty. We get amazing, bravo,
Thank you.
Better a second time.
Thank you. We might just come out with the whole song.
Cheese wants a shirt.
Oh, they're coming. Merch is coming, people.
Merch is coming. Also, please, if you can, just go out to our YouTube. Go ahead, like, subscribe, as well as the Pop Cultures
Click that bell.
YouTube as well.
Subscribe.
Click the bell,
get the
subscribe.
reminders, everything. Please, please, please. Really appreciate it. Tell everybody. Like the hats too. Christmas hats.
And if there's anything you didn't like, anything you want us to talk about, let us know. Slide into our DMs. The DMs are always open to come in. And with that, I think you have a line to say, and then I have another one.
Man, I've been drinking. Thank you so much for tuning in. We always appreciate all your love and support every week. We will be back on Tuesdays. Oh, be careful. Someone's been drinking too.
Yeah.
We're going to be on Tuesdays. Do we have a time?
Tuesdays.
Or should we ask the group chat? But for
Tuesdays is only the Just Too Sweet show, so it'd be right after that. And they go on at
What time
6:30.
do they go on? 6:30, 7:30?
They go 6:30. So after, I'd say 8.
All right.
Good
So
8?
Tuesdays after 8, we will be on for sure every Tuesday after 8. And thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you guys love the 4 quarters show. And every time you come and watch, I hope we can bring some change to your life.
And that you leave here with a little bit of more common sense. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We love you all. Until next time.
The 12.